All right, let's talk about the Packers' humiliating loss to the Buffalo Bills, 21-13. The Packers by far had their worst game of the season. Aaron Rodgers had his worst game of his career. This game was ugly from start to finish for the Packers. And I want to give all the credit in the world to the Buffalo Bills defense, man. They came out there and played their asses off. Right? They came out and played their asses off and just owned the Packers, man. Owned us, all right? I never seen the Packers play so damn bad in a long time. It's been such a long time since we seen them play this fucking terrible. All right? This game was atrocious. All right? I don't care what any Packers fan has to say. This game was horrible. Horrible, man. Just horrible. The only good thing I'm taking out of this game is Eddie Lacy in the run game. If we would have leaned on Eddie just a little bit more, who knows how this game would have turned out. That's the only thing positive I take out of this game is Eddie Lacy ran the ball pretty well. All right. But, you know, Mike didn't want to stick to the run game. He wanted to keep giving the pass game to get it in sync, and I understand. I get it. Aaron Rodgers and the receivers were not clicking. All right. Right off the bat, the first pass of the game was dropped. And it doesn't, and your quarterback is trying to make something happen. It doesn't make it any better when your receivers are dropping passes also. So even though I gave credit to the Bills defense, not everything was always because of them. There were at least about 6 drop passes in this game. Joey Nelson drops a for sure touchdown when we were backed up in the goal line. What if he catches that ball and takes it to the house? Those the kind of plays you got to make, man. You got to make those plays. You can't be a fool in the drop of pass. A for sure touchdown. The point is, the offense was not on their game at all. The offense was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Aaron Rodgers was terrible. The receivers were terrible. Okay? And yes, I'm trashing the offense. They know they can play better than this. And nothing was going right. Nothing. Okay? Aaron, the receivers were not clicking. They just weren't clicking. They weren't on the same page. So many times Aaron Rodgers threw a back shoulder throw and the receivers didn't even turn around and look for the ball because I guess they were expecting something else. Oh my gosh, man. This was a bad game to watch. And so now the Packers drop a game. We're back behind the Lions for the NFC North division lead. It's technically a tie, but still Lions are in front because they already have beat us. So the Packers want to win the division. They have to go into Tampa next week and win and obviously beat the Lions last game of the season. Period. All right. And I knew this game was going to be trouble for us. I knew this game was going to be trouble. I said this. I didn't say it in any one of my videos, but I was talking to a few people on Twitter and I was talking to a couple of friends off of here. I knew this game was going to be bad for us. And then it turned out exactly like that. It was our worst game of the season. By none. As far as defense goes, those guys, I'll give them credit for at least holding the Bills offense to only about I think about 13 points. Maybe just 10. Because technically, they got touchdown on a punt return. And they got a safety. So that's 9 points right there. So, yeah. Bills offense didn't exactly score that many points. So I'll give the defense credit for at least trying to go out there and do something. But I'm not going to give them credit when it comes to all those missed tackles. How many times do we have they running back stopped in the backfield and those guys were missing tackles? Clinton Dix jumps the snap, gets his ass, flies all the way back there. It doesn't make the tackle. Could have been a huge loss. We had at least about 3 guys, I believe, that could have balled up Fred Jackson on another play, and he completely gets away from all that. It's amazing how with this down the stretch in the season, these guys are still struggling to tackle the ball carrier, man. So even though I'm not going to go on the defense too much, and I'm going to give them credit for not allowing the Buffalo Bills to really do too much on offense as far as putting up points, they still were god awful when it came to the tackling. So after all this shit that's been going on, Aaron Rodgers throws 2 picks. One pick the guy jumped in front of. The second one was off a tip. And on that second one, I don't know why the hell we threw the ball to begin with. I mean, why didn't? Oh my God, this is what I meant when I said earlier. We could have leaned on Lacy just a little bit more. All right, it was only 3 yards. Why didn't you just give the ball to A. Lacy on 2nd 3? Could have got an easy first down for 3 yards and kept the drive moving. But you want to pass on 2nd down, then you pass on 3rd down. Jared Boykin can't make the daggone catch, and the ball gets tipped for a fucking interception. And Aaron probably should have been picked off at least 5 times in this game, to be honest with you. The Bills, some of their corners were dropping interceptions. They were. Aaron should probably have been picked off at least 4 or 5 times. Oh my God, man, I got a headache just talking about this, man. But even after all that shit that was happening, Brian Bulaga goes down. I believe they said he went down with a concussion. At least he's getting tested for it. And oh my God, just him going down was the key to us losing this game at the end. We got the ball. One last chance. Try to get a touchdown. Can we do it? First play. Boom. Aaron gets sacked. He doesn't get sacked. He gets hit. The ball's fumbled, goes in the end zone, and by rule, that's a safety because the ball was dead at the spot and it was in the end zone, so it was ruled a safety. And it came from the side that Brian Bulaga is usually at. Wow. Just wow. So much for that, right? Oh, man. I don't know. I don't want to go too much longer. This game was terrible. This game was awful, man. It was awful as watching as a Packer fan. And I want to hear what any other guys got to say about this. This game was atrocious. And right now, the Packers, if they want to go into playoffs and make some noise, they cannot come out and play like this again. Period. But congratulations, Bills. You guys whooped our asses. You guys completely owned us. And there was absolutely nothing the Packers could do on the offensive side of the ball. So that's it. I'm out. Peace.